the moment I found her, the sky had already burned. Her ship had crash-landed on the desolate plains of Arctura, 9, the once vibrant alien colony now a scarred ruin, echoes of war lingering like ghosts. Smoke rose in ribbons from jagged metal, and the faint hum of dying engines vibrated beneath my boots. I never expected to find a survivor. I certainly never expected her. She was slumped against the wreckage, cloaked in what remained of a shimmering armor that seemed alive, writhing like liquid light. Her skin glowed faintly, translucent yet impossibly strong, as if every cell held a galaxy within it. And then her eyes opened, twin orbs that reflected not just me, but the stars themselves. "Human," she whispered, voice like a melody cutting through static. "Do you know what you've touched?" I didn't. Not yet. But that was only the beginning. I knelt beside her, instinct overtaking caution. My hands shook as I pulled fragments of wreckage from her body, ignoring the thrum of energy that should have cautioned me away. Blood, or something like it, coated her fingers, shimmering with a spectrum of colors I couldn't name. "What happened?" I asked, my voice catching. Her gaze pierced me, unblinking. "They came for me. The betrayers of the outer realms. And now, the galaxy is theirs, if I die here." I froze. The galaxy. Not just her. Not just a battle between star systems. Everything. I tore my eyes away from the wreckage and examined her wounds. Each one was both delicate and catastrophic, as if slicing through her would rend the cosmos itself. Yet beneath the terror, she didn't flinch. You can't do this," I said, fumbling with my medkit. "I'm just a human." Her hand brushed mine suddenly, and the universe seemed to convulse. "Human," she said again, softer this time, almost intimate. "Do you understand the risk? You touch me, and you touch destiny itself." Her words shouldn't have mattered, but they did. They pressed down on my chest like gravity itself. I cleaned her wounds carefully, my hands guided by a mix of science, instinct, and something more. "What are you?" I finally whispered. Her lips curved into the faintest smile. "I am Rhea, the Queen of the Galaxy. And you are either the galaxy's salvation, or its undoing." I blinked. I couldn't breathe. I wanted to step back, but my hands betrayed me, returning to her side. Every touch hummed with power and danger. Every movement whispered secrets I couldn't yet understand. But that was only the beginning. Hours passed. I stayed by her side, tending wounds that seemed to heal and flare with energy simultaneously. Her voice became my map, guiding me through the intricacies of alien anatomy and unknown technology woven into her very being. Why me?" I asked at some point, desperation threading through every word. Her gaze softened, and for a moment, she seemed just like any living creature, tired, vulnerable, and human-like in her need. "Because," she said, her voice almost breaking, "humans are unpredictable. Others would have fled or killed me. You chose to stay." I wanted to argue, but the truth was undeniable. I had stayed. I had no plan, no understanding, no expectation of reward. Just survival and instinct. A rumble shook the ground, distant yet impossible to ignore. My head snapped up. "They're coming," I muttered. Her eyes sharpened, and the faint smile vanished. "Yes. And now they will test you as well." Before I could respond, the air warped. Shapes, impossible and jagged, sliced through the atmosphere. The betrayers had arrived, their ships like black shards tearing into the sky. And with them, a silent threat: if I moved wrong, if I hesitated, we both would die. But that was only the beginning. Night fell, or whatever passed for night on this irradiated world. Her wounds glowed softly, bioluminescence painting her skin in waves of turquoise and gold. I continued cleaning, continuing to stitch the impossible, my own pulse echoing the cadence of distant explosions. Then she spoke, voice quiet, almost conspiratorial. "Do you know what it is to touch a queen?" I swallowed. "I know." Not really. She leaned closer. To touch me is to touch the weight of 1,000 worlds. Every life I command, every decision I've made, rests on me. And now, on you too. I looked at my hands and then at hers, fragile yet unfathomably strong. I just wanted to help. Her lips curved. And yet, here you are, in the heart of what could destroy everything. The wind howled over the plains. Her ship smoldered beside us, a wreck of impossible power. And yet, I didn't look at it. I looked at her. But that was only the beginning. By the time the betrayers landed troops, I understood one horrifying truth: this wasn't just a battle of firepower. This was a test of loyalty, courage, and trust. Their warriors were clad in armor that shifted colors, weapons that bent reality, and eyes that betrayed no emotion. They were perfect soldiers. But humans were unpredictable. I stood, my pulse hammering, and faced them. I had no weapon that could rival theirs, only my resolve and the queen beside me, still wounded but slowly regenerating. "You will not touch her," I said. My voice trembled, but there was steel in the words. The lead betrayer tilted its head, amused. And why should a human presume to command fate? I swallowed, my heart hammering. Because I choose to. And in that moment, Rhea reached for my hand. Just a touch. Just enough. And the air seemed to ignite around us. Energy pulsed outward, tearing the ground, bending light. The galaxy itself seemed to acknowledge us, as if our small act of trust had awakened something immense and ancient. What I saw next changed everything. Rhea stood taller, the wounds I had cleaned now glowing fiercely, her presence radiating a power I could barely comprehend. She spoke, voice amplified by something beyond comprehension: "Betrayers, you threaten the wrong human." The ground shook. Ships faltered. Even their perfect discipline wavered. And then she looked at me, her eyes twin suns of fury and gratitude. "Do you understand now?" I nodded, breathless. "I think I do." Her smile returned, radiant and terrifying. "Good. Because the galaxy's future depends on us." The battle was swift, violent, and beautiful. Together, human and queen, we turned the tide. Every move we made was a dance of instinct and intellect, a choreography of survival and power. They underestimated me. They underestimated what humanity could do when guided by trust rather than fear. And when the last betrayer fell, silence returned. Smoke rose, the sky scarred but unbroken. And in the quiet, she sat again, fragile yet infinite, beside me. "You could have left," she said softly. "I couldn't," I replied. "Not after everything." I saw everything. Her hand found mine once more, this time gentle. "Then perhaps, the galaxy has chosen well." The wind whispered across the plains. Stars blinked overhead. And for the first time, I understood something profound: the line between human and God, between soldier and queen, was thinner than I had ever imagined. She smiled faintly, looking at the wreckage of her ship, at the world we had saved, and then back at me. "Do you know," she said softly, "that by touching me, you have changed everything?" I nodded. And I knew, in that instant, that nothing would ever be the same. The galaxy had survived, not because of power, or technology, or even prophecy, but because a human had dared to care, to reach across the impossible, and touch a queen. And that touch had rewritten destiny itself. I never thought cleaning a wound could save the galaxy. But then again, I never thought I would be holding the hand of the Queen of the Galaxy, either. And in the silence of Arctura 9, with stars stretching endlessly above, I realized one undeniable truth: some risks are worth everything. Even your life. Even your soul. Even the fate of 1,000 worlds.